Hey ya, hiya, hoa there, viewers. Welcome to episode 3 of the podcast. I'm glad you could make it. So, who's ready to talk about the 13 American colonies? Because I know I am. After the Revolutionary War against Britain ended, America knew it was time to roll up their sleeves and get down to business and make a country. But before we discuss that, we must talk about the colonies, specifically one that wasn't a colony that everyone thinks it was Vermont. Now, you may have thought that it was a state, or, well, rather a colony at the time, because it's in New England, but what it actually was a disputed land territory between the states of New York and New Hampshire. Both of the news, huh? And it also didn't help that when these two states quarreled, most of the time it was during the war. So while the Americans were outnumbered, they got the help of the Native Americans and the French as well, but that's besides the point. The third group we're missing is an exquisite beast, all right. I'm, of course, talking about Vermont's militiamen, the Green Mountain Boys, who were identifiable by their signature green verdant uniforms. They rallied under this flag, which, yes, did look like that. The stars were indeed misaligned and different sizes. I swear I'm not making this up. The Revolutionary War took place mostly within this circle, which is also where some of the Green Mountain Boys were deployed. Their leader of this ragtag group was this shyster named Ethan Allen. Think of him as George Washington, but more rebellious and sparky. While he did command the Green Mountain Boys with an iron fist fighting in the name of liberty, but mostly Vermont, he got on the nerves of the American patriots sometimes, and even after the war they had to put him in place. This is saying a lot considering they were just a small militia from the rolling hills of Vermont who fought everywhere from New England to Quebec. But whatever happened to Ethan Allen and the Green Mountain Boys? I've got the answers, so let's take a look. After the Americans won the war and kicked out the lobsterbacks from their precious land, there really wasn't a need for the Green Mountain Boys anymore. So Ethan Allen spent much of his life afterwards preaching to anyone who would listen about how epic the Vermont cause was after its amalgamation into the new U.S. as a state. Of course, this was the late 1700s, so he died like a decade after the war, but whatever. Not long after, the Green Mountain Boys got a new facelift and were sent as a unit into the War of 1812 under the same name and, what have you. Today they still live on as the Vermont National Air Guard, protecting the skies from whoever hates Vermont, I would assume. They're still legitimately called that too, the Green Mountain Boys. Godspeed, Vermont National Air Guard. Alright, bye. See you guys soon. This was a short one, but I wanted to get it out. Have fun holidays.